Hello and welcome to Creative Anarchy episode God knows what, because it's been like ages since I recorded. Willow is having a bit of a rough day. She's not getting enough attention, so she's gonna have to join us for a bit, and hopefully she'll behave around the yarn, but her track record tells me that that is not the case. Alright, yes, so this is my podcast where I talk about mainly yarn and some hand dyeing and things like that. So I haven't done this for a while now, so I'll be a bit rusty, but let's see how it goes. So I made the decision to kind of not try to show you all the knitting I've done since the last time I recorded, because that would take us like 3 hours, and instead just kind of focus on the things I've done in the kind of last month and a half, something like that, and that should kind of give us a brief update on what's going on, at least. Okay, should I get some knitting out? Are you gonna not eat it? Fabulous. Alright, so let's start with what I am currently wearing. This is the Wild Wind top by Voolenvine. So this was actually only released just the other day, and I was test knitting, so which is why it is finished. Otherwise I would be a very speedy knitter, and while I'm not a slow knitter, I'm not that quick, especially not with lace. I've knit this out of my own hand-dyed yarn, which I'll talk a bit more about in a bit. So this is my Damson Jamson colourway on the Borgeois base, which is a fingering weight base on, so it's 80% superwash merino and 20% silk, which gives it a really nice drape, which I am loving and is perfect for this top basically. Let's see if I can give you some details of the lace pattern. Here we go. So as you can see, it's got these kind of like almost like diamond shaped bits all over, and then at the bottom it kind of changes slightly. So it is knit flat and then seamed together, but I tend to prefer knitting in the round, I think, just like most people, but it's really not much of an issue with this, because it gives you kind of more freedom with, you know, how big you want your sleeve holes to be, how wide you want your neckline to be, etc., which was quite nice, because you kind of block everything and then you seam it towards the end, and then you can just kind of sew as much as you want for it to be whatever suits you, basically. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Definitely recommended. And yeah, just overall a really fun knit for the summer. Really kind of good to layer as well. Looks really nice on top of dresses, which I really like. But yeah, I think that's it. Obviously you can choose not to add the tassels. I kind of originally was thinking I didn't want to add the tassels, but then when I finished knitting it, it just seemed right to add them. So yeah, definitely down for that. So cute. So yeah, this is the Wild Wind top by Voolenvine. Alright, let me grab some more knitting. So what I also wanted to share with you was my first ever pair of socks. I never thought that I would be much of a sock knitting person. It just seemed like a bit of a kind of a waste of time. It seemed like it would take forever and, you know, just be generally useless. But I found that I really enjoyed it. So I got the Addy sock lace needles, so the really short ones, and one of the sides is longer than the other one, which means you've got more to kind of grip as you're knitting in the round, even though they're tiny circulars. And honestly, such a game changer. Absolutely love them. So I actually quite enjoyed this experience. And the yarn that I used was a self-striping colourway that I got when I went to Unraveled earlier in the year. And it's from, I put my phone somewhere, Genius, but I think Dragon Hill Studios, Dragon Hill Yarns, something along those lines. I'll pop it down here somewhere. And it was just so much fun, and it kind of motivated me to keep knitting and things like that, so I really enjoyed that. I don't have any sock blockers, so you've got no fancy way of seeing these. I have also worn them, so they look a bit tatty, but yeah, this is what they look like. So as you can see, I think it's got some sparkles as well, which is a lot of fun. I'm always down for sparkles in my yarn. So yes, first ever pair of socks, very exciting. We'll definitely be knitting socks again, and hopefully I'll treat myself to some more hand-dyed self-striping yarn soon enough, because I really enjoy that. Oh, I burned. Oh. Next one up. So this is another recent knit that I really wanted to show you guys. So I ran, this is knit about a month and a half ago, I think, and around the same time last year I knit a Tegna by Caitlin Hunter, and that was knit in my first ever hand-dyed yarn. So I really enjoy that knit. I really enjoy the garment, but the kind of dyeing was not great. I still enjoy wearing it, but I wanted something a bit better, so I dyed some more yarn and knit another one, basically. So this is the same base as the top I'm wearing, which is the Borgeois base, but this colourway is Emerald City, and this is what that looks like. So you can see it's got that kind of lace panel at the bottom. I did actually forget there's a bit of a garter ridge that's supposed to be towards the top, but I forgot about that one and couldn't be bothered ripping it out, so it's got that difference. And if you want to have a look at the actual colourway a bit more, so you can see it's just different shades of greens basically. So yeah, those are kind of the things that I wanted to share this time, things that are actually finished. I forgot to get my current project out. I should probably go get that so I can share with you what I'm knitting at the moment. Hello! You're making little noises at me. Alright, so at the moment I am knitting the Ghost Horse Sweater by Caitlin Hunter. So when this was released, I think it was sometime last year, I really wanted to knit one, but I wasn't quite ready to commit to the all over colour work and all of that stuff. But for some reason I decided to go absolutely crazy and just do it now. And it's taking a while, definitely. It's one of those things where, because of how the pattern changes all the time, you can never kind of assume what's going to happen next. So it's a process. I am getting there with the yoke, and after the yoke it's kind of the same repeat over and over again, so it shouldn't be that bad. But this is where I'm at the moment. I've got kind of most of the horses done, and after that it should get slightly easier and a bit more, you know, samey, which I'm quite excited about. One of the things that I changed was I changed the ribbing to 1x1 ribbing rather than 2x2. I prefer it, and it means I can use my favourite cast on method, which I can't remember the name of, but it looks nice. And yeah, it's one of those things as well, I can keep knitting it and I'm so used to knitting it that I don't have to pay attention, but when I do 2x2 I keep messing it up all the time, so could not be bothered with any of that. And yeah, but I am really enjoying it. Well, I'm enjoying how it turns out. I'm not necessarily enjoying the knitting, just because it's so brain consuming, and it requires a lot of thinking and looking at it all the time. But yeah, I'm really excited to finish it because I think it'll be really nice. Yeah, so I think, yeah, the original pattern is cropped with short sleeves. I'll probably still continue, you know, keep doing the cropped part of things, but I'll knit the sleeves until I run out of yarn, basically. So these are the two colourways that I am knitting with. These are both dyed on my Comfort base, which is just, you know, your no fuss, 100% superwash merino, fingering weight, happy base, really nice and squishy. And this is Calcifer and this is Dust. So Calcifer I dyed up and kind of instantly realised I need this to be part of a colourwork jumper of some description. And then when I decided on the Ghost Hall sweater, I dyed up Dust to fit this one. So it's kind of like, it's a warm grey, which kind of works really well with the kind of reds and the oranges in Calcifer. So this is what they look like. I'll get the actual skeins out for this as well later, so you can see what they look like skeined up. So that is the Ghost Hall sweater by Caitlin Hunter. Really excited to finish it. I'll get there at some point. But yeah, what do you think, Willow? Do you like it? Do you like it? Oh no, scramble toast, scramble toast. So that's kind of all of the knitting I've been doing in the last while. There are obviously more things that I have been knitting. It just feels like if I share everything we'll be here for a while. So I wanted to limit it to kind of more recent ones and recent favourites, etc. Willow is a very distracting presence. All the time, but I love her dearly, and that's good enough. So other than that, I did take part in Fibershare as well, which is basically what you do is, so you sign up on this website, you kind of enter your contact details, you answer a few questions about what kind of fibre things you like to work with, colours, blah blah blah, etc. And then you get paired up with someone, and you send each other kind of fibre related gifts. So that was a lot of fun. You can kind of opt whether you would like to be more local to yourself, so you don't have to kind of go for overseas shipping, etc. So I went for Europe, and it was quite funny actually, because I got paired with so you get paired with one person who sends stuff to you and one person who you send things to, so you're not swapping directly with someone else. But yeah, both of the people I got paired with ended up being Swedish, which was quite funny. And it was quite nice because the person who was sending things to me got me some Swedish sweets as well, which was very much appreciated, and things that I have been missing. So good. Miss my sweets. I used to go to, I'm ranting, whatever. But yeah, that was really fun. Obviously because of the current pandemic, things got a bit delayed, but it's all kind of sorted out now, and I'm definitely planning on joining again in the future, because it was so much fun, and it was it was really nice to kind of try and think of things to send to someone you don't really know, but at least you know you've got something in common. And it was really, really, yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I got some great things sent to me as well, so 10 out of 10 would recommend. But yeah, other than that, so as I've already mentioned, I have been doing quite a lot of hand dyeing. Willow is upset. I don't know if you can hear her, but she's howling. She's not getting enough attention. But yes, so what I decided to do was I did actually order a massive bulk of yarn and start kind of dyeing things to sell as well. And it's been so much fun, and yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm not going crazy with the amounts I'm dyeing at the moment, but it's nice. It is picking up. I am actually selling things to people that I don't know, as well as people I do know. But yeah, overall it's just been really great. And I figured I would show you off what I have currently got in stock and talk a bit about it. So I've got 3 different bases at the moment. I am planning a sparkly sock base as well, and that should be coming hopefully in the next week or so. But the 3 bases I've got at the moment are Comfort, which is the 100% superwash merino fingering weight base, which is really nice, and it kind of blocks out really squishy and just lovely. It's so soft. Comfort DK, which is the same base but DK weight instead. And then Borgeois, which is the 80% superwash merino, 20% silk base. And honestly, I am in love with that base. The other 2 are really lovely as well, but they're more kind of wintry, autumnal yarns definitely, while this one is just really lovely and drapey, and it works so well for those kind of more summery garments, which I am loving. But yes, so those are the 3 bases I have got at the moment. So I'm kind of, I wanted to go and kind of stick to the bases to start with. I hope you can't hear my stomach rumbling because that was very loud. What time is it? It's only 11:30. Pathetic. Alright, so I have kitty-proofed the yarn that I wanted to show you, because if it was just sitting out, Willow would be eating it. So, yes. Right. So first off, I wanted to show you, so this is on the Comfort base, which is the fingering weight one. This one I actually only dyed the other day. It's a new colourway and I haven't named it yet, so to be confirmed, but this is the first one. So as you can see, it's kind of lilac, grey, sagey, a few different colours. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I tried a slightly different technique to get it the way I wanted and really enjoyed that. Then we have got 800 degrees, which is on the Comfort DK base. So that's what that looks like. So you can see it's kind of blacky blue, orangey with the red speckles. Then we have got Damson Jamson on Borgeois. So this is what I'm wearing. This is what this looks like in a skein. Big fan. I'm a big fan of everything, of course I am. So this is Calcifer. So this is one of the colourways for my Ghost Hall sweater. Yeah, so it's got kind of maroon, rusty, orangey kind of colours. Very autumnal, and it is July, but you know, I love these colours, so they work all the time. Then we have got Freezing Nightmares. So this is on the Comfort base again. So it's kind of mint green with little brown speckles. I dyed this on my Borgeois base the other day for a pre-order, and really nice. Definitely can recommend that on that base. Then we have got Dust. So this is also on the Comfort base. As you can see, it's kind of like a warm, neutral, grey kind of colour. Really happy with that as well. And then, so I've been calling these Riot colourways because they're either kind of colourways when I've been experimenting and I've realised it's not really viable to keep dyeing them because it's so labour intensive, or it's not a reliable, you know, I can't really repeat it because of different reasons. So in those cases it's very much kind of a one-off situation. So first off, we've got this one. So you can see it's kind of grey purpley with some green and tealy speckles. It makes me think of like Disney villains. That's the vibe I'm getting. And I think I've got 4 skeins of this one available in the shop. And this is the Comfort DK base. It is really nice. It's just a bit too faffy to dye, so it made no sense to make it repeatable. And then you've got this one. So this is a sparkly sock base, which I think, yeah, so this is the base I've got coming in the next few days. I haven't named it yet, but that's where you go. So this one is dyed with leftover dye. So when I rinse out tools, etc., I do that in a little jar and it just kind of keeps building up dye. So this is very much a one-off, cannot be repeated, but I'm loving it, so it kind of breaks my heart a bit. It's just a really lovely kind of soft pink, which I'm a big fan of. But yes, those are all the kind of colourways I've currently got available in the shop. I do have a couple of more, and what you can do, so I've got all the colourways I've got available for pre-orders in the shop. So you can have any colourway on any base, and I'll custom dye them for you. Just double checking it's all of them. It's definitely all of them. So that's kind of my hand dyeing adventure. So much fun, really enjoying it, and I hope to be able to keep doing it. This is really squishy. Let's tidy these away. This is something I made myself as well. So I found the fabric and I couldn't help myself. I had to buy it and I made a project bag out of it. I actually made 2, and the other one I sent to my fibre share partner. So there are 2 of these. That's it. Got cute kits. Love it. Right. I think that's it for me today. I can't think of anything else. I'm sure I'll think of something and then I'll mess it all up. But yeah, that's it for me for today. Okay. I think the aspect ratio might be slightly different because my camera decided to stop recording just as I was about to say goodbye. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye.